a staple in the Chicago comedy scene, known for turning her struggles into humorous songs.
Now Jamie Schreiner is hosting Chicago Underground Comedy, a weekly show at the Beat Kitchen in North Center. Jamie joins us now with more. Welcome, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so when we start watching you, because Sarah and I were watching some videos of your performances, we just couldn't stop, and it's hilarious.
Thank you so much.
How did you come to comedy? I know that you were trying to be an actor first.
Yeah, so I went to school for musical theater. I had attended Millikan down in Decatur, Illinois, and then I also went to the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland. So when I first moved back to Chicago, I was on the theater scene, I was doing a bunch of auditioning, and I kind of found out that I hated auditioning, which is how you get jobs as an actress.
Turns out.
Yes.
Kind of important. And so kind of just through like some serendipitous events, I met a bunch of Chicago comedians. It was like 8 years ago when I first started. And I started getting invited to their comedy shows, because if you meet a comedian for 5 minutes, you know they will invite you to their comedy shows. And so I was going to these shows and I was like, oh, this actually seems really fun. Let me give it a try. And I immediately just fell in love, and I've kind of just been like chasing this white rabbit, so to speak, ever since.
So you're not only doing stand-up comedy, but you found a way to incorporate that theater background into it.
Yes, this is true. And I think it's a lot of fun just in terms of like, I kind of try to make musical comedy for people who don't like musical comedy.
Oh,
like
yes.
Whenever I write a song, I try to think of like the person in the audience who's going to be like, oh, it's a song. Like, how can I engage them and make them enjoy this as well?
Well, that's a challenge. Yeah. I mean, talk about, that's a tough crowd. I mean, you're already up there being very vulnerable in front of people, but then on top of that, you're trying to get people that don't necessarily like musicals to join in.
Yes, and I will say, like, probably the highest compliment I've ever received is somebody came up to me who is a really well-respected comedian in Chicago and said, I do not like musical comedy, but I love what you do. And I was like, okay, like that, I'm doing exactly what I'm trying to do. So it feels great.
That's a win. Yeah. Okay, so you kind of do this thing where you go, okay, DJ, take it. Who's the DJ? Who's making all these beats for you?
Yes, so I have a few different people that I work with.
Okay.
So the song that I'm performing today, Ayoka Sauce, a really good friend of mine, former Chicago comedian, has bopped around a few different places, made this track. I've also worked with Jake DeWar. I've worked with Robbie Ellis, who works for WFMT as a host for the Light radio station. But generally, I try to make my tracks myself. And then when I realize that YouTube hasn't taught me enough to finish certain ideas I had, I will outsource to friends who are more talented and gifted with music production than I am.
I love that. They do that because they love you. You know what I mean? That means you're a good person. Okay, so you have an interesting background, and we know that with comedians, it's usually an interesting background that leads them into comedy or some deep-seated trauma, something like that. You mentioned you went to school in Scotland, but then you grew up in Indiana, though.
Yeah. So I went to school in Scotland on a scholarship, grew up in Indiana, like just an hour away. I kind of ended up in Scotland, I think because I do think part of me knew when I got out of undergrad, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I'm really grateful I went to Scotland, because it's like, while I was in Scotland, I found out I had hearing loss, which was very huge to my identity and, moving forward with my life. Because a lot of people for a long time thought that I was just kind of aloof and a little mean too.
Yeah, it's just you didn't hear them.
Yeah.
But we're talking about 90% loss in both ears, correct?
Yes.
Like, it's significant, and you didn't find out till later in life.
No, I didn't find out till later in life. And I'm still trying to learn ASL. I feel like every year I restart, and then I'll get busy and I fall off. But this year is the year that, like, no, I need to commit myself to learning ASL, because I think it would help me a lot, and it's something that I have been booked to do shows for the hard of hearing community, and so I'll meet people who already speak it, and I want to, go and be able to communicate in that way. Because of the amount of loss I have, I should have already started learning it, a lot earlier, but I didn't know I had the hearing loss until I was 24.
But that's one of the experiences that you incorporate into your comedy, along with other things like dating and, being a woman in today's society, all these things, right?
Yes,
okay.
correct.
What's your favorite topic?
Oh, man. I think my favorite topic is, I do talk about dating a lot. I know that it's like, it's so overdone and comedians do it, but I think what I add to it is that I try to make myself the butt of the joke. Like, I'm never giving a hard time to the people that I go for. I'm like, what is wrong with me that I can't make a relationship work? And I think that that's what people find very endearing and nice about what I do, is because they're like, oh, I feel very seen. I'm not alone in feeling this way in how I approach love. So.
We love it. Jamie, thank you so much for being here. And we're excited. We're going to hear from you in a bit. But Chicago Underground Comedy, it's every Tuesday, which you are a producer of as well, starting January 14th. For tickets and more information, all you have to do is head to jamieschreiner.com. You can also find her on Facebook, Instagram, all the info right there on your screen.